What's up, guys? There are a lot of different facets when it comes to my video production company and a lot of different revenue streams, whether they are large, medium, or small, that contribute to our overall bottom line. And in ways, I think that's what's made our company somewhat successful, is we don't rely on just one thing to bring in all of our income. We shoot commercials, documentaries, weddings, product videos, and we do a ton of photography for different people and different companies, and it helps out a lot. Now, one of the things I don't talk about too much that brings in a pretty good bit of money every year, and is kind of like a side hustle for us, is drone photography. Now, you might be thinking, I already have a drone. I use drones in all of my videos, and so do I. But there are a couple things you can do that will bring extra money to your business using this little guy right here. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by and listening to this video. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and we would love for you to come on this journey with us. Now, first, let's talk about why I even have a drone, or why I started using drones. In my videos, I do like to have establishing shots at times where it's just a really big wide shot of the scene. It could be of the church where we're filming a wedding. It could be of a place where there's an event happening, if we're doing some kind of event promo video or recap video. But I do use my drone very sparingly, pretty much only for establishing shots, or maybe a shot in the middle to bring you back out into the scene. And then sometimes, every now and again, we'll use it for a closing shot. So we really don't use the drone a ton in our regular content that we create for companies and brands, but we do use it here and there. Now, that's how we typically use our drone, and the drone that we're currently flying is going to be the DJI Mini 3 Pro. We also have the original Mavic Pro, but we don't really pull it out of the box that much anymore, because I find that the image quality is not really up to par with the standards that we're trying to put out, but it is a really decent backup. Along with the drone that we're using, we also use the DJI Smart Remote, and to me that is just a no-brainer. I used to have all of the different Phantom drones by DJI, and I used to have to hook up my iPhone and then connect it and have the cord, and then somebody would call you. And so it's just better, in my opinion, just to spend a little bit of extra money to get the smart controller where your screen is built in on the controller already. So something that exists everywhere, I don't care where you are, I promise you this exists, and that is real estate and development. There are tons and tons of properties being sold in the United States every single day, whether it be residential or commercial. On top of that, there are tons of properties that are being developed by construction companies, development companies, etc. And all of these companies love drone footage, and they love drone photos, and it really makes sense. It's a chance for the real estate companies to give you a bird's eye view of what the property is, maybe what it's close to, and why it might be appealing. Maybe it has some different things on the land that is appealing to buyers, such as timber or waterways or things like that, or just proximity to other businesses or other pieces of land or a major highway. There are a lot of things that can go into that. So just keep that in mind, that that is a business that exists everywhere, and it's plentiful for the most part in most areas, especially if you're in the United States. Now, I'm going to tell you a really short story of a job that I've been doing today and how it came about and why I look at this as a side hustle. My company, primarily, we try to focus on commercials, documentaries, and weddings, which is kind of a form of documentaries, right? But really storytelling. But you know, we could turn our nose up to something like, aerial photography for real estate companies, but when we already have the equipment and we're already doing work for those companies in another sector, or maybe we are doing some storytelling for those companies, and they say, hey, by the way, do you mind getting some drone shots of this property? It just makes sense, because they're really quick to do, and you can add some revenue, and it covers some of your overhead. I mean, just look at it like that. That's how I look at it. But long story short, so we're doing some work for a company and some customer testimonials, actually, and they asked, do we have a drone? And I said, yeah, we've got a drone. We're probably going to use it on this project in some aspect. And they said, oh, great, we have this really large property that we're trying to sell for commercial use. Is there any way you can go photograph it, and what would you charge? Now, I know there are guys and girls out there that are going to watch this, and that's all they do. They are just a drone service, and awesome, more power to you. That's not what I do, but because I have the equipment, it makes sense for me to pick up one when somebody offers it. So this is not to undermine the people who are really hyper focused on drones. There's a place for that. That's just not what we're talking about in this video. Wow. That is a loud truck. It's not even close. So the company asked, do we have a drone? I said yes. They have a commercial property they would like photographed, and they asked how much we charge. Well, for just a commercial property, that's 5+ acres, I normally will charge around $350 or $400. And the client had no problem with that. They said, that's great. Let us know when you can get it to us. We really need to show it to a potential buyer. So time is of the essence. So I went out earlier, got about 100 photographs, and we're pretty much done. Gonna go edit them. I'm also gonna do a couple little extra things, and we're gonna get to that here in just a second about going above and beyond for your clients. But it took me about 25 minutes total, 2 batteries, to get up in the air and get the stuff that I needed. Now, some things you're gonna wanna think about whenever you're doing this is, number one, Part 107. You need to look into and get your license to fly a drone. Not so much that people are gonna be hounding you or they're always gonna be stopping saying, hey, are you licensed to do this? It really just protects you in the off chance that somebody does. If you're in a small town like me, it's really never been an issue. And I actually fly a drone that is under 300 grams, which technically you don't have to have a license to fly, but you're still gonna need permissions and things like that to fly over certain areas. So just make sure you do your homework in your state, get the appropriate license that you need, and you'll be good. Second thing on that note about just regulatory stuff, this helps me out a lot, and it's not totally necessary, but I have a safety vest that I keep in my truck, or actually in my drone case, and it looks kind of silly. It's not my normal attire, but it really helps out whenever I need to do some drone shots in a highly congested area, maybe inside of a town where there's a lot of different stuff going on. There's police that are patrolling all the time, and for the most part, it kind of deters people. In a way, it's kind of funny because they see the vest, they see the controller in my hand, and I think most people, even law enforcement and stuff, they just assume that I am flying the drone for some kind of work. And a lot of times they will stop and talk to me, and I'll just say, yeah, I'm photographing this lot right here for this local real estate company, and they think it's cool. They look at it and they say, okay, have a good day, and it's all good. But I do find that number one, deters people, but it also lets people know that you're not sneaking around, you're not doing anything weird, you're wearing this bright yellow thing, and yeah, it just helps a little bit. And you only have to wear it for a few minutes, so all you hipsters out there who don't want to not look cool like me, sometimes you just got to get down in the gutter. When it comes to editing this stuff, these people who are buying this product from you, they are not really looking for stylistic orange and teal looks. Sorry to break your heart on that. Sometimes they just need good, clear, pretty saturated photos to show a potential buyer what they're potentially buying. But that being said, when I go into Lightroom or I go into Premiere and do all of this stuff, what I do is I try to edit it as natural as possible with all the natural greens, because a lot of it's going to be green. Think about it when you're looking up from the sky. Unless you're in the desert, Palm Springs or Joshua Tree or something like that, you're going to have a lot of green in most places in the United States. So I try to make it look as natural as possible, and I also try to make the photos look really, really bright, because I don't know how they're going to be sending these to potential buyers or what the end goal is, so I want it to be bright on every screen. Okay, something I really, really like to do with these projects, because they are so easy to do, let's be honest. They're easy to do, they're easy to go out and capture this stuff. I like to go above and beyond. If they have a plot of the land, I will draw the lines showing, where the land is, where the landlines are, if you will, the surveyor markers. And then also, if there are some businesses nearby, like chains, Burger Kings, Walmarts, things like that, I'll put little call outs and I'll put the logos. And it's not something you have to do. You can just edit the 50 photos that you took and you can send them to the client. But for me, it always pays to go above and beyond. If it doesn't pay this gig, which it won't, because you're giving them extra now, they're not paying for it, it will pay in the future, because they will remember that. They'll hire you again for something else, some other product, or they'll recommend you. So, always go above and beyond for your clients. That's just kind of my motto. The last thing that I really want to emphasize is keep sales in mind. This whole world operates on sales. You're selling yourself every single day, even if you're going in for a job interview, or if you're, inviting people to your birthday party, you're doing sales. Life is sales, life is networking. So keep sales in mind. Put yourself in that realtor's shoes or that developer's shoes and think about, if I was actually the owner of this and I was trying to sell it, what are some things that I would love to see or I think would help that? The call outs with the different businesses, as you're seeing on screen now, to me that is huge, especially if you're a big developer and you're thinking about spending millions of dollars on a piece of land, or I don't know what the price is for this, so I'm just throwing numbers out there. it would be nice to see, oh, there's already gonna be some traffic from this business, and there's some traffic from this business, and there's a major highway. So put yourself in the shoes of your customer and think about things that would be good for them and their goals, right? And you can ask them, hey, would you like me to add lines to this? Would you like me to add this? I personally just do it and usually we'll just give them the regular photos in one folder, and then I'll send them another folder in Milanote and say, hey, this is some specialized stuff that I did that I thought would help you out. I really hope it does. Good luck with your sale. Thank you so much for your business. And on top of that, this client did not ask for video, but what I did was I shot a bunch of video. I'm gonna cut up a little video. I might even do some animated call outs just because I really want to earn their business and I want to give them more than they paid for. Under promise, over deliver. And yeah, I think that's something that will pay off for you guys in the end, because if you think about it, I didn't have to do a lot of extra work. Yes, there's some extra editing, maybe an extra 30 minutes or so, but after meeting this client and meeting the company, these are some people that are gonna need more services going forward. So it does make sense for me to take a little more time and a little more care and put into this product, because this, it can pay off in the long run. And as you build your business and as you go through life, even if you're super young watching this, you're gonna learn that doing that pays. Even in a non-business sense, doing things for people and serving people, you'll pretty much never have to worry about money if you put people first. That's it for this video, guys. I hope that you are using your drone to make a little side cash. I think our business probably brings in, I don't know, an extra $3,000 a year just from random, realtors and stuff who maybe saw a video that had a drone shot and then contacted us to get some drone shots. So we'll never turn our nose up at it. And if we can serve those people and also keep doing what we love, we're gonna do it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the podcast, Epic Creative Podcast, on the podcast tab of our YouTube channel. We come out with an episode every single week, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.